With a little DIY skill and some help with heavy lifting, putting together your dual-action gas log splitter will be easy. Today we're going to be assembling a 20-ton model. These instructions will also work with some modifications for other models in this line. This video will be used as a supplement to the assembly and operating instructions in your owner's manual. Please read and review all instructions before you begin. The first step will be to unpack the box. You'll use a 14mm wrench to remove the bolts at the bottom holding the metal crate to the base. There's no need to remove any of the other bolts. It'll take 2 people to lift the crate in one piece and set it aside. Next, use scissors or a knife to cut the straps holding the machinery components in place. Inspect all components, assemblies, parts, and accessories, and identify all the parts on the packing list. If any parts are damaged or missing, please call customer service before proceeding. The number is 800-780-2677. Use your owner's manual to identify each of the hardware kits, which are pre-sorted for assembling specific parts of your log splitter. Arrange the tools you'll need and assembly hardware on a clean surface. Next, lift the assembly from the base of the crate. This is, at a minimum, a 2-person operation. Use the top of the crate as a stable work base. Install the tongue assembly to the reservoir tank by removing the 6 sets of M12 hardware from both sides of the front end of the beam. Position the tongue assembly so that the mounting bracket is inside the slot under the beam. Slide the M12 by 40 bolts through the aligned holes and tighten the hardware using an 18mm wrench. Use the 19mm wrench for the lock nuts on the opposite side. Remove the clevis pin to loosen the flip-down stand and rotate it 90 degrees to point down towards the floor or work surface. Resecure the stand with the clevis pin. Next, to mount the reservoir tank assembly, situate it beneath the beam assembly. Use the 4 sets of M12 hardware removed from the back sides of the back end of the beam to attach the 2 assemblies to one another. The wheels easily slide into the axles assembly. Secure them with the castle nuts from the hardware kit labeled number 2 using an adjustable wrench to seat the bearings. Insert the split pin into the slot of the castle nuts and the hole in the axle. Twist the dust cap onto the wheel and tap it into place with a rubber mallet. Your tires arrive pre-inflated, but check the air pressure prior to use. 30 psi is recommended. You're ready to transfer your log splitter from the crate to the floor. Pivot the wheels to the ground, then lift the front end of the machine from the crate and rotate it around to clear it from the crate. Mounting the engine and pump assembly is extremely easy. The engine and pump assembly are already put together prior to shipment. Use the hardware kit from number 5 to place and secure the engine and pump assembly to the engine mount plate on the reservoir assembly. Use the 13mm wrenches. Connecting the hoses comes next. Attach the oil suction hose first and tighten the hose clamp using a flathead screwdriver. Then you're ready to hand thread the connectors to the 2 hoses that attach to the beam. Match the numbered labels to one another. Then finish the job by using a 32mm wrench or adjustable wrench. Install the control handle at the top of the machine. Just locate the spot within the slot where it belongs and thread it into place. Use the hardware from the tabs on each side of the beam to secure the log trays to the beam assembly. Your Boss log splitter is delivered to you without motor oil in the engine or gas in the tank. Please fill it with the types of oil and gas that are specified in your owner's manual. You'll also need to fill the hydraulic fluid. Use the hydraulic oil your dealers provide, or buy any of these recommended hydraulic oils. Please check the fluid levels every time you use the machine. Lubricate the beam with engine oil before your first use. Do not use grease to lubricate the beam. Your assembly should be complete. Now it's time to start splitting logs like a boss. Here are a few final tips. Always check the tightness and condition of the bolts, nuts, welds, clamps, hoses, and wedge. Number 2, ensure proper hydraulic levels in the tank and fill as needed. Number 3, make sure that the machine is on a stable, level surface. If you have questions while assembling or operating your Boss Industrial Log Splitter, our customer service department is here to help. Give us a call at 800-780-2677. Thank you, and enjoy splitting logs like a boss!